This is Cast Iron ASMR with 3 comic books I got for Christmas. Let's take a look. I just finished reading this one last night. Rare Flavors. I read it over 2 nights. I wasn't sure at first I would enjoy it. I like the art. And at first I thought, oh wow, it's about, I just quickly looked through it. Flipped through it and I saw, oh, it's about food, cooking, exotic locales. But there's also, well, there's murder. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. But I do like masala. Masala chai. It's more like mythological horror. It's not horror. It's good. It's a good book. I'm going to take these gloves off. It's been extremely cold this season, this Christmas time season. It's not Christmas time anymore. It's the New Year. Happy New Year. But I had extended days in the minus 40s. And now it's a minus 24 today. It's downright balmy. So I came outside to join you outside here for a little look-see. Let me sit down here. So, yeah. It's about this dude here. He's like the devil. He's like the devil or a demon. But, and he hires this other guy. He hires this other guy to make a documentary. This guy. And, he doesn't want to have anything to do with him at first. But then he convinces him with a masala and chai. So it's really neat. Or it's different, it's unusual for a regular comic to have recipes. Like they are making that, so they are going to have the tea. So that's good, but then to explain it, it's neat. It happens throughout the book. Sometimes a little bit jarring and I don't know. But I like it. And like you could follow these recipes. They're not explicitly showing you what they're doing. Like when he's making the tea there. Let's see. Here. Well, I guess he's boiling it, but they're not showing you step to step. This is the first comic book I've had in a long time that's a modern comic. I don't know what year it came out. Let's see. Oh, August 2024. So this is probably the most current comic book I've read in a very long time. Very long time. Except for maybe like if there was an Archie Digest, but those are like all reprinted anyway, except for maybe if there's one story. So it was really neat. They mention the pandemic. It's like, wow, this is current. It's got some current stuff. And what else did they mention? Oh, Anthony Bourdain. When I flipped through it, Anthony Bourdain, you know that guy? He's got TV shows, was a cook, made an author. I thought, like they talked about his passing. And you found out he passed. And I thought, oh wow, like I don't know, that's probably been a few years even. But that was my key, that this wasn't an old comic book. I've mentioned to you before how I like comics with food in it. We got food and food preparation. Even just sitting around having a good meal. There's Mortar and pestle. When I say those words, I really have to concentrate. Because I think motor, but it's right? Motar and pestle. Not pedal and motor. I'd like to get... I don't really use motars and pestles very much because I don't have one, I guess. But if I did, I would like to think that I would use it. And I have had my eye out for a long time, looking for a really nice cast iron motar and pestle. There's one at this antique shop in town, but I don't know if it's still there. I asked him about it. It was new. Like he just got it. It's a real big one, real heavy, big pestle. But I didn't get it. And then I saw it, like Home Hardware. They had little ones. You could buy like new. I was like, oh my god, there's a little one, cast iron. That's really all I would need. For a reasonable price. So, yeah, it's a really good comic. Halfway through, I was like, I didn't know how I felt about it, maybe. I was liking it, but I wanted to see the story all the way through. And this isn't... Well, I do like recipe comic books and cookbooks. So that's along the lines of what I like. But I didn't know about the story. But in the end, yeah, and I feel like I gotta read it again. It's really good. Who did it? It's Ram 5. I don't know. Felipe? I'd like to think his name was Felipe. Philippe? Andrade? Let's see in the back here. Ram V. Award-winning author. Creator of comics and graphic novels. Graffity's Wall? These salvage shores. I've never heard of this guy. Maybe he does other stuff. What's it saying here? It's good when you get maybe a writer, an artist. Who's this artist? Cyberpunk. Yeah, I like the art. And I like the book. Okay, let's look at the back covers. These are like the different covers. These variant covers, or just these the covers that must have come out issue by issue. I like this one. This is the cover. I like the cover of the cover. Let's say their tasting menu cover art by Felipe. There was that guy on Three's Company. I don't know any Spanish, because that would be Spanish, right? Felipe. I always thought he was funny. Fabio Moon. Is that what that means? So he's like a demon. He's like the devil. But he's a nice guy, you know. Yeah, he just eats people. And other such things. And that's why in the beginning I was like, is this going to be... I think throughout the course of the whole... Okay, here's a spoiler. I think maybe he eats like 3 people. And you only see like... there's no really horrific panels. It's mostly beautiful food preparation. Look at that. Look at that beautiful 2-page spread. I enjoy spicy food, complex flavors. And these 2 guys, there's these 2 demon hunters. There's sort of the backstory about them. And one has a cat, a black cat, who sits on his shoulder. It's really cool. Look at this, it's just like an ocean of spice. He's walking down, oh my god, and look at all those those like carrying them on their heads, collecting these spices must be used to it, but they would just burn your hands. Just breathing. I think that's what they're even saying. They're just like coughing, just breathing in this air. Just full of spice. So yeah, this was a new comic book that I got. I was very surprised. Even a bit when I unwrapped it, I think there's a little bit of tape on there still. It's clear tape. Let's get that off. Whatever. Yeah, so that was my first one. So this one actually, I didn't get an Archie Digest. I didn't get the Christmas or Winter Digest this year, and I really this was kind of a gift to myself. I was at a used comic book store. No, a used bookstore. A bookstore. Used bookstore. And I was buying some gifts. And I saw this Best of Archie hardcover deluxe edition, book 4. $11. Nowadays, the digests are like $10. They're those skinny ones. I think they only had one on sale. That's kind of cool. So I really haven't even. I flipped through this in the store, but otherwise, I haven't read any yet. There's Archie's being a beaver. Oh, that's so funny, because that's what I used to think. He looked like a beaver with his... I didn't like that. There's the... You put the... He used to have a gap between his teeth. With fangs. What does he need us for with his fangs? Has a lot of the older stories. I never saw like versions like this till I was like much older, in my 20s. There was this great old bookstore that sold Archie floppies and digests for really cheap. I think the digests were 75 cents. No, wait, the digests were like $1. But the floppies were 75 cents. And so I was buying a bunch, and maybe I went in more than once, and the guy said, "Oh, I have some really old ones if you're interested." And I just wanted the cheap ones. But I was like, "Oh, really?" And he went and got, and I wanted to pay not a lot of money. I was taking him to the beach. But that's when I first saw he brought out comics, and they looked like this. And I guess maybe I had seen ads or a bit of reprints. I thought, man, he looked really weird in the beginning. Archie, that is. Oh, was that Chuck? The 1980s. Oh, it's all the decades. 70s. I like Sam Schwartz. This artist here, he did a lot of Jughead. Real solid artist. Maybe not the sexiest of artists. Here he is again. Oh, look. The Perilous Pike. The Perilous Pike. Where did he live? Loggers Pond. You know what? I actually did see this. I'm just remembering now when I flipped through and I thought I had been looking for... There's more than one. Where Bob Bowling, the artist, had stories. But the Perilous Pike. They were always trying to catch him. I know there was one maybe where like Mr. Weatherby Like, now I'm gonna get some. It didn't happen. It's like, oh my god, look at God. Look at Jughead here. Alright, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. It's warm for me, but my equipment here is saying that it's dying, and the things are plugged in and stuff. But that's always the pig gonna be in it again. Lost Lagoon. More modern ones. They're not my favorite, these ones here. But keep them going. Keep pumping them out. And this is real modern. This is like Riverdale. No, I've never seen these ones. I've seen the ad for these. Welcome to Riverdale. Maybe this will be alright. Cheryl Blossom, Josie. Alright, well. That's my Archie hardcover book 4. And last, but certainly not least, look at this. It's still sealed in its plastic factory sealed bag. No, it's not a bag. Wrapping. I got the Golden Age Wonder Woman Omnibus. This is volume 6. So for years, like over 2 years, I looked for volume 4 with no success. And when I did see it was worth, they were selling it for thousands of dollars. It was just ridiculous. But then I finally got it. But that was number 4. And then promptly after, I was like, there's already number 5 and 6. I better get those. So I have ordered number 5. It's still in its package. It's still in its package until I finish number 4. Reading number 4, which I'm pretty close. So at that point, I'll unwrap Omnibus number 5. But look at this one. Oh, there's such cool stuff. There's another Wonder Woman versus Wonder Woman. One of my favorite comic tropes. There's 3 Wonder Womans on that cover. Anyway, it'll be fantastic. So yeah, thanks for looking at my 3 comic books that I got at Christmas.